Hi Aries, and welcome to the Witching Hour. My name is Michelle and I'm a witch. Welcome to your reading for the month of January 2019. Thank you for all your love, support, likes, shares, subscribes, and your comments especially. Please continue to like, share, and subscribe, especially leave your comments. If you would like a personal reading or to leave a donation for this channel to keep it up and running so you can keep getting free videos, please look at the links in the drop-down box below this video screen. I call in the elements of earth, air, fire, water, and spirit. I welcome the directions of north, east, south, and west, that we may get a clear and pure reading, that I may receive clear direction for myself for this reading, and that Aries may receive pure, clear vision and direction for their life path at this time, the highest good of ourselves and all. So may it be. This video reading is for the sign of Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and however Aries places in your charts. And these are ready. Ooh, that was fast. Okay. This reading will cover the areas of love, security, and freedom. So yes, there will be a highlight and an emphasis on romantic love, but apply the channeled information intuitively to your own life path as it is right now. The underlying energy for love is the Queen of Discs in the form of expression. I go by the conventional energies depicted on the card, so this is about a female energy, the Divine Feminine. If this does not depict your circumstances exactly, then consider getting a personal reading. But the overall energy would be that this is divine feminine energy at work in your life at this time in the form of expression of the feminine power. In the area of security, that's food, clothing, shelter, your material needs, and your life calling. That means your meaningful work to do. The energy is the Two of Discs and fluctuation. So finding balance in the way you set about doing things, the plans you're making for your overall security in your relationships and in your life path, that you're finding balance. It's good. It feels encouraging is what I'm feeling. You're encouraged to keep that balance going. And the underlying energy for that of freedom, which is your choice and your power. Freedom is your personal power. The underlying energy is discontent with the Four of Cups. This tarot deck, by the way, is Celtic pagan journey called Sacred Circle Tarot, written by Anna Franklin and illustrated by Paul Mason. And this veers slightly from traditional tarot. It's more along the Celtic pagan lines. And so the cards might be depicted a little bit differently than traditional tarot, but they are more in line with my soul's calling. And so I read them accordingly. So the underlying energy, let's see. Feminine energy expressing itself in love. Your partner, if she is female, is becoming more solidified in her willpower. Your own feminine energy, regardless of your gender, you are incorporating the divine feminine in the way you do things and the way you want to manifest things within the relationship. You want your relationships to be solid and secure. And you want to feel emotionally secure. And you want, in your feeling of security, you want that to be reflected in what you're doing, and your choices is what I'm getting from Spirit. You want your choices to feel secure. And sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. They fluctuate back and forth, especially in your planning. So it's important to try not to make your plans so etched in stone, but to follow more of your feelings. You may have been prone to making emotional decisions in the past, and you might have trouble distinguishing or discerning between making an emotional decision and then following your heart. Maybe feeling that following your heart might get you into practical trouble. But Spirit is bringing this to your attention now because they're trying to help you discern between the two. Letting your emotions run the show and being too compulsive and not being any practical good. And the opposite of that, which is making only practical plans and not following your heart, not making room to follow your heart. It's a matter of self-trust is what I'm getting. And because of that, your freedom of choice feels restricted and it leaves you feeling less than happy. But I think the message I'm getting from Spirit right now is that you're more adept at this than you give yourself credit for. You are more practiced at this emotionally than you realize, and it's just now a matter of time of the practical applications of your feelings, especially when it comes to making plans in your life and carrying them out to fruition. You've got a lot of good energy in the past. For love, security, and freedom, what you have in the past energy is the King of Swords here on the end, the element, the embodiment of the element of air. And for security in the past, recent past, you have the Ace of Wands, the embodiment of male phallic energy channeled by the divine through you. So your plans, it's divine inspiration. And you have in the area of freedom, the sun. The sun, the world is your oysters. The world, you feel like the whole world has opened up to you. And combating this feeling of discontent as to how to apply practically your heart's calling. So what I feel Spirit is doing for you now is, instead of keeping your eye on the material prize and keeping things so hard and practical, you must add the feminine energy of creativity. That's at the center of your reading, the lady. This is the embodiment of the divine feminine. And she has mastered the masculine and feminine energy. So you have the sun here to her right, the moon to her left. She has mastered the balance of divine, masculine, and feminine energy. You've got two fours here, the Four of Discs and the Four of Cups. You've got two women here, two feminine energies. That in the material world as the Queen of Discs, and that as the divine embodiment of the divine feminine, central in the middle. So this is more about nurturing than it is about making hard and fast practical plans. You already have the structure within you. You're being supported externally from the world is what I feel with this sun energy. You're supported by the world right now. You are, and it's bringing so much healing. And what I'm feeling is, with this Two of Swords in the area of freedom and making free will choices, you're at odds with yourself. You're in two minds about something. And this also might be clashing against the thoughts of your significant other, especially when it comes to terms with about how you spend money, what you want to save for, what you want to spend, how you want to invest, how you want to allocate your funds, and all of that stuff. So pull back from that a little bit. I'm feeling it's safe to pull back. It's okay. It's okay. You're striking the balance, and you will find it. You will find it. Have faith that you will find it. The sun's energy. This is pure fire energy, Aries. So that's for you. That is for you. And it's the larger of the heavenly bodies. It's the masculine energy, but it's channeling into the divine feminine. Okay? So feel secure and self-confident. Trust yourself. There are ways where you can split things down the middle where you're still able to exercise your own free will choices and your significant other can exercise their free will choices, and they can harmonize. They can harmonize and not force themselves upon one another, hashing things out so much all the time. And here you go. This is just what you needed. In the area of love, romance, and personal relationships, you have the Knight of Cups and movement. So all of this in striking harmony, you're going to pull back and really feel in your heart what is most important to you. He's holding up that chalice, that feminine energy to be filled up, because he knows that's what serves best, his love. And you see the little otter here. That's about togetherness. That is about intimacy. You're building a firm foundation. It's going to lead to intimacy. Incorporate the intimacy now and connect. What I'm feeling from Spirit is create a connection of intimacy with yourself and with the divine. That's where it begins. It's where everything begins. It's that harmonious marriage of feminine and masculine energy within yourself that harmonizes you and aligns and unifies you with the divine. And from there, all things are possible with that love, and you let the love flow in the expression of love. What I'm getting is, for the expression of your love is what adds that positive fuel to the fire that you want in this divine spark, okay? This adds to this. This adds to this. Your love adds to the divine spark, which you can then use to fuel your actions, okay? But it clears your mind. It gives you more divine clarity, and it keeps you from being at odds with yourself, and it breaks down those two swords into one, like the Ace of Swords, and it gives you that epiphany, that divine clarity to go forward. It gives you, it imparts successful thinking, successful action, successful choices. It all stems from that font of pure water flow, emotional spirit energy in your heart to allow it to move. The more you express your love, the more it will fuel your actions and your thoughts and align you with spirit and with one another. It will harmonize you. Even if you're the only one doing this in your mind, okay? And then you'll feel later on, well, are we truly in harmony? Are you doing your part as well? Just keep doing this for yourself. Keep in mind, this is about personal fulfillment. You have to trust that you creating personal fulfillment will, in and of itself, as a byproduct, by default, create what is best for the highest good of all. You can't do what's best for everybody by acting on their behalf all of the time. You have to act on your own behalf, and then that will naturally become a byproduct for your family unit or your business or whatever your partnership is in this reading, and however you're applying it to your life. In the future, for your security, you have the masculine energy of the earth in the King of Discs. So that's matching the underlying feminine energy of love. You're going to align, have faith. But where you need to put your faith is in yourself. In yourself, focus on that. Unify with the divine. The divine masculine. The divine masculine doesn't always have to feel like this masculine driving force. It can feel soft and loving and mutable and flexible. Especially have grace for yourself. Keep in touch with the divine, and it will fuel your masculine and feminine energy within. Keep it aimed towards yourself. It will naturally expand and grow to unify others in your group. And it will get everybody on the same page. It's not all your responsibility, but in just kind of staying in your own lane emotionally. Stay in your own lane emotionally, and with those others in mind, but not doing the work for them, okay? Stay in your own lane emotionally, for yourself first, with those others in mind. It will naturally unify you guys together if you're on the same page. The divine will tell you. You'll know. And look at this, the counterpart, the Queen of Cups. Your intuition will develop highly in your decision making. Highly. you'll get the masculine and feminine energy of water with the Knight and the Queen. He always serves her. Always serve your heart, and the rest will follow. It will. And it will become stabilized in your decisions and in your planning. And you're all, I feel like some of you are worrying that won't be enough. And it is, like I said in the beginning, it's a matter of self-trust. It's really important that you trust yourself. You trust your heart. You trust your intuition. You allow the divine masculine and feminine to channel itself into your body and feel your intuition in your body. You'll feel it in your body, in your heart, and your emotions. That will carry out into the physical world. And that will help materialize your physical external plans. And it will, by default, unify yourself with your significant other if they are aligned with the universe. That is their responsibility. Let them stay in their own lane. Let them keep their own side of the street clean, as they say. You let them take care of their business, and you take care of your own business. And that's just how it's got to be. You do. You have to kind of draw those lines of distinction. Because if you don't, you'll be expecting your partner to behave a certain way, and you'll be clashing and saying, why aren't you doing this? And they'll be doing the same to you. This will help you individualize without isolating yourselves from one another, okay? The more you individualize in a healthy way and feed and nurture yourself with your connection to spirit, and you let them do what they're supposed to do, and you stand your ground in reminding them, let me do what I'm supposed to do and become my own person, the more you allow yourselves, you give yourself permission. You do not need their permission. They do not need your permission to become an individual person. Then you will unify, and then you will harmonize. That is where the universe is leading you, and that's where your plans will become and feel more solid. So I'm shuffling Witch's Wisdom Oracle cards. These are created by Barbara Michael John Free and Flavia Kate Peters. Illustrated by Richard Crooks. I'm going to draw, this is like a divine inspiration card, the overall divine message from Spirit, and that is the card of Spirit and initiation. This is an initiation. That's what the energy I was getting from this Sun card. It's a whole new life for you, a whole new world. And you are being initiated into this life. And the most important thing is to do as they say when you're doing like the emergency routine in a plane, when you get on and you have to put the air mask on for yourself first. Then you can help others, because if you can't help others if you're unconscious, right? You can't help inspire another if your spirit is dead. You have to stay inspired by spirit. You have to connect yourself. You have to take the responsibility you have a responsibility to yourself to connect yourself to spirit, like that gas mask. Breathe that fresh inspiration of air, right? Air, clarity. Air, the color yellow, the direction of east, the King of Swords. That's the embodiment of air. Clear your mind, by clearing your heart and soul, by expressing your love to yourself and to your loved ones with no expectations of anything in return. It's more of a release for you. It will sharpen your intuition and bring you into touch with your emotions and your feminine aspect. And by default, it will connect you to the feminine aspect of those around you. Underlying the bottom of the deck of Witch's Wisdom and the overall spirit message, the reason why you are being initiated into the sun and into air, earth, fire, and water, being integrated, is because you're banishing negative energies from your life. You are developing boundaries and banishing like a force field that naturally, by default, banishes negative energy coming towards it. And this is where you have to stay true to yourself, Aries. You're allowing this force field to banish any negative energy coming at you and keeping yourself in this love bubble, as I call it, right? With this clear, pure sun energy coming in, okay? that is your world right there, okay? Prioritize your world for yourself first. By default, naturally, it will exponentially grow and ripple out, have a ripple effect or a butterfly effect on those around you. And don't worry about what they're doing, and don't let them worry about what you're doing. You just stay in your own lane. Keep the peace within yourself. Keep the peace within yourself. Refuse to enter any conflict with others. Stay grounded and centered in yourself emotionally. Express your love. And let the love heal the environment, okay? Without trying to force it to control what it's going to do. Just keep loving, keep expressing your love, and keep your own inner environment clean and pure with just your expression of love. And you will create great stability for this new beginning in your life. And I do feel that that is the end of the message for now. Check your other signs, sun, moon, and rising, Venus, Jupiter. However, check the video library for those other signs and transits in your chart. And if not, go to astrolabe.com to get a free, they offer a free natal chart. So you just put in your day and time of birth, and they'll give you all your transits and stuff for your natal chart. And it's all free. So that way you can check out my video library and look up the corresponding signs in my video library. Okay, so if you would like a personal reading or to donate to this channel, the links are in the drop-down box below. Please continue to like, share, subscribe, and leave your comments, as they are so loving and supportive of this channel. Until we meet again, Aries, from my soul to yours, much, much love, mwah, and brightest blessings. Take care. Bye-bye.